I understand they're angry, but we are pushing diversity. When the internet finds out that you don't want women in games, just wait till I tell Tumblr. Oh, you think the sales are gonna tank? From what I've been hearing from the internet for the last 5 years, all they want is the push for women in gaming. Oh, God. But it's what the internet wants. They've been saying it for so long. They want diversity in gaming, equality, women being pushed to the forefront. All those people out there who don't believe in it, they're bigots. That's right. They're just some neckbeard, fedora-wearing a-holes. It worked for other companies, and it'll work for ours.
What do you get when a company double downs on progressive agendas in video games? You get yourself Battlefield 5's botched launch, terrible pre-order sales, and terrible overall sales in comparison to their previous entries. All in today's episode of the News You Missed. So if that sounds interesting to you, you guys are going to want to learn about the dumpster fire that's known as Battlefield 5. Well, it's launched, and at the launch party, there were slogans running across the screen, and oh boy, when I say dumpster fire, I really am not exaggerating that for YouTube. There were sayings like Genderfield 5, feminism ruins everything, feminazis are trying to rewrite history, what the F were the developers thinking, white men, and did my grandfather storm the beaches of Normandy for this? Yeah. This is from a reputable developer. How childish do you have to be? How unprofessional do you have to be? I really don't think my grandfather did storm the beaches of Normandy for this, but hey, I'm just saying. A lot of people have been quite upset at Battlefield 5 for the inclusion of women in Battlefield 5. Now, I've covered this before, and there were articles leading up to the actual launch of the game. While the game itself isn't the worst game, it is quite a glitchy mess, as reported on by several reviewers, that it has a lot of problems. This is supposed to be the game that's going to be introducing ray tracing. If you don't know about ray tracing, it is supposed to essentially make mirrored images and objects in water seem more realistic. Now, what do you get from ray tracing? Well, it drops your frames by 70 to 80 frames, and that's with the newest 20 series from NVIDIA. Take it from Jay's 2 cents. What you're going to be seeing is Jay's 2 cents testing this live. It's right there. You can see it. It's pretty ridiculous. So couple this ridiculous performance that you're getting out of the game for these new amazing features with a progressive agenda being shoved down your throat, with terrible and poor marketing being targeted against its user audience and user base. You got yourself a little bit of an issue, don't you? So is it any surprise that Analyst had predicted that EA's game, cool Battlefield 5, was going to be a massive disappointment? And they had predicted that it was going to fall behind Call of Duty by more than 85%. Anything above 50% would be bad. 85% was ridiculous. Oh, but you say that was just a prediction. And what does that mean? Who cares about Call of Duty? Call of Duty's old news. Well, I hate to tell you this, but since the introduction of Fortnite, Battlefield 5 is old news too, cowboy. And Battlefield 5's physical copy sales are down more than half of what Battlefield 1 was. That's Battlefield 1, not the legendary Battlefield 4. Battlefield 1. That was launching Tuesday, 20th of November. Enough time to give it for that launch window and then catch the Black Friday sales. And guess what? They didn't do that good. Number one was FIFA 19. That's an international game that's played by a lot of countries, not just the US, not just Japan, Canada, it's international. So a lot of people like FIFA, okay? That makes sense that that would be number one. But that was for Black Friday, and not all countries celebrate Black Friday. Is the picture coming into focus here? A soccer/football game for those in international beat out all of these other great games. Okay, sure. Black Ops 4 was number 2. Everybody probably expected that. You get Call of Duty on sale. Sweet. You don't pay the full price. It's a decent game. Yearly entries. Red Dead Redemption 2 was number 3. Awesome. Awesome. You get the picture again. Red Dead Redemption 2 won 3 separate awards. It deserves it. It's a really great game. Wonderful game to have. Makes sense that it would make role number 2 if you could even get that discounted. And then at number 4, Battlefield 5. Mocks Battlefield 5 critics despite the poor sales. So yeah, they actually mocked critics too, even before the sales came out, but despite the sales as well. They were saying things like, accept it or don't buy it. This is one of my favorite quotes. Let me explain why Battlefield 5 is doing so bad with one quote. Quote, these are people that are uneducated. They don't understand that women in World War II is a plausible scenario. And listen, Battlefield 5 is a game. Today, gaming is gender diverse like it hasn't been before. Woo! Well, hey, if that doesn't say it all, I think I could end the video right now. I think I legit could just end the video right now, and you would probably know what happened to Battlefield. Because they stuck a woman in a protagonist's position in Battlefield 5. It is now more diverse than ever before. Are you serious right now? How can you think this stuff? If you don't like it, just don't buy the game. That's a plausible thing to say. We've developed this game. It's going to be this way. I'm very sorry. If you dislike the game, don't buy it. Not this Battlefield 5 launch party of Genderfield 5. Mocking the people who have rightfully so criticized the damn game. We have white men showing up there. Feminazis, okay? Again, we're talking about ideologies, politics, race cards, not just genders alone. You don't have to conform to a certain standard to not want to be mocked, to not want to be preached at, to not want to be called uneducated. Video games are a place where you go to play and have fun. And you say to me, it couldn't get worse than that. It couldn't get worse, honestly. It can. It can. People, generally speaking, know that there were not a lot of women serving in World War II in the front lines with a prosthetic arm, and after poor pre-orders, Battlefield 5 makes changes in favor of authenticity. What? So let me get this fucking straight right now. Let me just wrap my head around this. You said, don't like it, don't buy it. You had a launch party mocking your critics, and you then are going to change things in an effort for authenticity. Why double down when you can walk back everything you've ever done? Look, long story short, Battlefield portrays itself to be more realistic than Call of Duty. This is supposedly to be a realistic shooter, okay? Is it going to be 100% realistic? Absolutely not. You can't get shot and walk it off. You can't get shot with armor on and take a bullet and keep going like it's nothing. You're gonna break a rib cage, you're not gonna be able to walk, you're gonna bleed out. These things are going to happen. So when you play Battlefield 5 and you get shot and you live it and you go on to kill hundreds of thousands of soldiers, this is not a realistic portrayal of the game. That said, it is extremely unplausible to be seeing a female protagonist with a robotic arm in World War II that is able to use this arm actively to survive war scenarios and situations. This is an unrealistic portrayal of war, okay? Is everything recreated a one-to-one similarity? Did everything happen in the story mode that you're playing through actually happen in the game? Probably not. But when you push the letter a little bit too much, the plausible believability goes right out the window and it's over with. Check out Destiny 2. There's so much unrealistic stuff in that game, it's not even funny. Check out Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, a very unrealistic shooter. But nobody said, hey, you know what? We can't be having women in these video games here because that's not realistic. Checking into Battlefield, a shooter that portrays itself to be more realistic than the competition, and yet is putting in very unrealistic things about World War II. This is the major problem a lot of people are having with it. Not that women are in the games, not that there aren't handicapped people in the games. You're handicapable. I would absolutely love to murk some terrorist scumbags, some pieces of garbage with a handicap guy. Put him in a wheelchair, set him up with an assault rifle, let's go. We'll call him Wheels. He'll be a badass motherfucker killing those assholes. But then don't go on to say this is a realistic video game, because it's probably not. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Battlefield 5 debacle. I'm sure whoever's behind this is going to be reassigned a position if the sales figures do not end up reflecting what they, generally speaking, were projected to be. I mean, there's a lot of shareholders out there that are probably quite upset with the handling of this. But you know what? None of this is going to matter because the casual market base, they don't care. The guy who works a 9 to 5, hits the gym up and plays video games maybe an hour or two every night, maybe an hour or two every week, he don't care. He's going to pick the game up. He's going to say, hey, I heard this game was sweet, I'm going to play it. And that's how that's going to go. So all of this is for nothing, ultimately. So I've been your host, Protomario, and I'd really appreciate if you like and share this video. You go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I would absolutely love to see you back here for another video. Are you guys enjoying the direction I'm taking the news you missed? You let me know in the comments down below, and I'm going to go ahead and meditate for a couple hours because I think I either had a brain aneurysm or a mini heart attack. You guys have yourselves a great day. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thanks for watching.